And hunting neo-Nazis in the Carolinas. A recent court case makes a connection that reinforces an uncomfortable truth. Extremism is very real and very present. Queen City News anchor Brian Blakely traveled to the North Carolina town of Marshall. That's in Madison County, a bit north of Asheville. He's following this story to reveal the neo-Nazis among us.
We understand the context of symbols of hate and intimidation matter.
His name is Kristofer Goldsmith.
Task Force Butler believes in preserving our democratic institutions.
He runs Task Force Butler, a nonprofit that researches and exposes domestic extremism.
I'm a Nazi hunter.
Yes, a Nazi hunter. Goldsmith, who is Jewish, is an Army veteran who says he was seeing far too many fellow veterans fall victim to being influenced by white supremacy groups.
Why did you get into this and why did you want to do it?
I got into this because I don't feel like I have a choice. I have been dealing with the last name Goldsmith, I've been dealing with anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish attacks for as long as I've been a person operating in public and online.
Goldsmith says he and his team of veteran volunteers at Task Force Butler monitor online extremist activity and sometimes infiltrate white supremacy groups. The FBI reports domestic extremism has been on the rise for the past decade. But following the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, anti-Semitic cases involving physical assault, harassment, and vandalism have spiked 360% in the U.S., according to the Anti-Defamation League.
We're not going to simply stand by as extremists, neo-Nazis go and threaten individuals and marginalized communities. We're going to put them on defense. We're going to drag them into court, whether it's civil or criminal, by gathering evidence of criminality and holding them accountable in a court of law.
Which brings us to this court of law in Madison County, North Carolina. Thomas Vance Pollock is on trial for threatening Goldsmith's 65-year-old mother who lives in the Asheville area. Goldsmith says it all began in December of 2022.
My mother came home to a Christmas-themed bag with her first name on it hanging on her mailbox. Inside was a book about a mother that gets separated from their child.
On the cover of the book was a picture of Hitler with Mein Kampf is available online written on it. On the back of the book was a sticker that read Antifa FBI cooperation.
So it was a specific anti-Jewish death threat or kidnapping threat made against my mother and made against me to intimidate me and Task Force Butler from doing our work, performing research on extremist organizations.
Pollock was charged by Madison County authorities for misdemeanor stalking. About that time, Queen City News ran a story where we interviewed Pollock about a subject he knows a lot about, William Pelly, a known extremist who tried to bring the Nazi movement to Western North Carolina back in the 1930s and 40s. Pollock, working at a local library at the time, claimed to be an historian on the movement.
Better run the other way for 9 out of 10 people, but I just happened to be one of those in the minority of people that my curiosity was aroused.
Goldsmith saw our story at his home in New York and immediately contacted Queen City News, and that's where we began to follow this story.
Mr. Pollock has not been hiding his neo-Nazi propaganda habit at all.
According to court documents, Pollock goes by the name of American Archvillain when posting online. Goldsmith says he and his attorneys later provided evidence to Madison County authorities of Pollock admitting to delivering the book in an online post, and his car was captured on surveillance camera doing the deed.
Mr. Pollock went on to admit to an FBI agent when he was interviewed about this, that yes, he did this, and that yes, he did it for the purpose of intimidating me. He called it agitation propaganda.
Pollock's charges were eventually upgraded to a felony.
The ultimate goal of neo-Nazis like Mr. Pollock is to destroy our democracy, to collapse our democracy in on itself by dividing Americans and making them feel like they've lost hope in our government.
Back in court in Madison County, I was inside as the 3-day trial wrapped up. Within an hour, the all-white jury, 9 women and 3 men, unanimously convicted Thomas Vance Pollock on 1 felony count. The judge sentenced Vance Pollock to a minimum of 6 months in jail. He is incarcerated right now at the Granville Correctional Institution in Butner, North Carolina. Pollock denied a chance to make any comments to the Goldsmith family, but as he was being taken away in handcuffs, he stopped in front of the judge and declared, "This trial is being dedicated to Chadwick Seagraves, a man who was found dead in a house fire 2 years ago and was linked to the extremist group the Proud Boys." I reached out to Vance Pollock in jail for any comment and did not get a response. I also reached out to the district attorney in this case for a comment on the verdict and did not hear back. It's been a long road for Kristofer Goldsmith, one that will continue. Today was justification for the work he does to combat anti-Semitism and acts of hate in the United States. And it brought some closure for he and his family.
Your thoughts on the verdict today?
I am very satisfied. I think that the district attorney did a fantastic job. I think the jury came to the right decision, and I'm glad the judge is putting him away for a minimum of 6 months.
He also showed no remorse. He didn't have any comments when he was being sentenced.
That's correct. Mr. Pollock is not remorseful. At the end, he said that he wanted to dedicate this trial to a proud boy who is considered, I guess, a martyr for good.
And also, when I was talking with the family when they were coming out, they say that there's more to come out about you, that you are not all clean in this.
I have no doubt that Mr. Pollock and his neo-Nazi friends are going to attempt to continue to intimidate me. I hope that they understand now that there are legal consequences for doing so.